little closer, make this a little bit more audible. Vigilante Williamson here on another episode of my morning question mark show where I stream on my phone. It's so late in the night. It is morning. It's about 4 a.m., 5 a.m. local time. Oh, shit. You can see the clock from here. Try to check my TV. So it's super late here. My sleep schedule's all over the place. So here I am. It is almost 5 a.m. here in the Gulf Coast of Texas. So on the East Coast, it is morning. I guess you could say it's morning. 5 is morning here. But for me, it just feels late. I guess 4 would be a little more ambiguous. Shout out to whoever liked the video. Appreciate that. Like, share, subscribe. What are we going to talk about? I'm probably going to keep talking about music since that's what's I've been focused on my regular life outside of work. Right, and I'm doing this sideways. So I'm trying to put this down. I usually just have something in the background playing, and my dog is trying to harass me for attention. But I just released this EP. Well, I consider it releases on YouTube. It's copywritten. I still got a few steps to do. It will be on Spotify the 18th, and not just Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. The 18th. I'm still trying to figure out how the fuck you promote music as an independent in 2025, going on 2026. There are so many companies dedicated to trying to market music, and you don't know which ones are legit, and it just seems like a crapshoot. And it's so many. It's like how do I get my music in the ears of people who like the type of music I make? There are people who like synthwave. Hey, question. Appreciate you being here. I'm asking questions about how do you market, how does one market music in 2025 as an independent artist? Because there's still such a great appetite for most fans for what they get from the mainstream. That said, there is also an appetite for different things. I made my first EP, despite most of my career, most of my life have been like rap, hip hop. This was a synth wave and somewhat R&B EP. There's no rapping on it, and that's different for me. So now I'm about to release the rap EP right after, try to get it out this year. I don't know how to promote this shit. I don't know what people want. I don't know what's the best marketing thing. I did put a few dollars behind one of the videos. It did okay, helped me get the sub count over 1,000. I'm just like, okay, what is marketing now? I don't want to, granted, listen, I'm in a mask. I'm an anonymous artist. There is some gimmickry there just inherently, right? But I don't want to be gimmicky. I kept seeing something from this artist, and I can't remember his name. I believe he's a Canadian brother. He kept doing the clowns of Dax or Daz or something. Hey, Robert Cooper. Appreciate you being here. Saying hi twice. Appreciate both of you saying hi. Questions, saying hello. Big Vic Sage. Vic. I say Vic like I know you. Did you see that was it Paramount? They've bid 3 times for what you call it for DC, and it got denied. Or Warner Brothers, not DC. It's not just DC, but they bid at least 3 times and got denied all 3. Guess you got to call on Tyrone. That was not my best singing performance. Appreciate you being here, RM and Third Eye. Thank you for saying the mask is cool. I think it's cool. I hope it's cool. But you can't use my phone. Get a job. I have a job. I have a job. I just happen to work weekends. So my weekend started. I'm off Mondays and Tuesdays. So I do have a job. I can pay my own bills. Speaking of jobs, for those who don't, apparently this big EBT thing, EBT apocalypse is coming because of the government shutdown. I know everybody has whatever opinions is about that. I wonder what that really looks like. For those like super conspiracy theorists, super, what is it called? Even like the preppers, doomsday preppers, SHTF, shit hits the fan. It's often said, well, what happens if people can't use money, use our cards, right? If the banks go out, right? Or if the energy goes out, right? And progressively how bad it gets. I keep hearing different estimates. I'm not sure how many people on EBT. Something like 40, 50 million use EBT. What happens when they don't have it? Like, what is society going to look like? How long is this government shutdown going to last? So I am a little curious. We'll find out next week. We'll find out next week. Warner Brothers think they have leverage. They're going to get extremely lowballed. Yeah, I don't think Warner Brothers is worth what they think. Out of this world, says a user. Timu Bane, more like Sheen Bane, but I feel you, homie Joe. Match making it look like if Venom and Spider had a baby. What's your job? Playing Roblox? Hell no, I ain't no kid. Fuck. Speaking of Roblox, they need to go to jail, bro. Like the whole Roblox company is basically caping for pedos, man. Them motherfuckers need to go to jail. I have a job doing job stuff. Not worth my fedora. Well, it is because of characters like you. They got tons of. Here's the thing: Warner Brothers in the right hands can be worth a lot. In their current hands, and even I don't know if Paramount's going to be. I don't know if any of these companies are going to be better. It's like, well, are they going to use all their properties? They don't use all. I mean, they have what Turner, the TV networks, Turner Broadcast, and Turner TNT, which they just stripped of the fucking basketball coverage, which was the big thing for both. Then they have obviously DC. Then they have Mortal Kombat, Harry Potter, the Hanna Barbera and Cartoon Network. So that includes anything from Scooby Doo to Dexter's Lab to Space Ghost to whatever, including Adult Swim. So they got all these different properties that they've touched or interacted with. So that includes Rick and Morty and whatnot. And it's like, man, you can't put together better products than you've been putting. You know what I'm saying? You think about their games and their movies the past 10 years, and 10 years does not include Arkham Knight, by the way. I mean, I guess it barely does. 2015. You say post Arkham Knight, what has Warner Brothers games been? They did have that. I mentioned Harry Potter. They did have that Harry Potter game. That's probably it. Everything else failed. As far as movies goes, Jesus. I mean, it's been nothing but failure since what, the Suicide Squad? No, since Aquaman. That was probably the last big hit they had. I guess you might want to consider that terrible Matt Reeves Batman a hit. Some people are delusional enough to conclude that terrible James Gunn Superman as a hit, but they didn't really do much. And I'm gonna check the chat. I go on my rants. I actually hopefully it looks like I'm looking at the chat because I'm not. I'm sitting there about to use a mouse. Yeah, I'm a little blown. Hey, Mason Thompson. Talking to Roblox. I don't know what the fuck you talking about, brother. You've been trying to purchase the name, the right to Charleston Comics for the last 20 years. Good luck, brother. Check your front window. I'm watching you. Well, Townsend, Tennessee. Question mark. What's the color? Yeah, post Arkham Knight really nothing. All love, homie. Okay, what's up? But, no, yeah, shout out to watching window. Hi, Bob from camping. Hopefully you're enjoying your camping. I'm just ranting about WB and they sale. Hopefully it just goes well, man. They got a lot of property I still care about. They fuck them over. Look who's back. I've been around. Hey, CJ. Appreciate you being back again. Hey, CJ0225. Appreciate the doom scroller. You are in the Arkhamverse. You are in the Arkhamverse. Because it was like a tape. I gotta get this weight off me. I'm not EDP. Cases used toilet paper. That's a wild ass name. Godly. Anytime y'all say something like EDP, I'm like, God damn, I'm not that big. I gotta get this fucking weight off me. It's up to me though. I hope I got enough energy to go to the gym after this. But no, I'm not EDP. I'm Vigilante Williamson, an anonymous YouTuber and musician. Got a new job, saving up for a new car. Good luck and God bless. Trying to get anything in this crazy ass economy. Shit, this week I gotta try. I'm gonna try looking and seeing what are my odds of trying to trying to buy a house. I'm currently renting one. I would love to own a home. It looks like that dream is drying up. I'm in one of the few places where Texas, there's still some semi-affordable homes. I don't want to end up house poor in the process, but we'll see. We'll see. So good luck, CJ. Good luck anyone else trying to strive for something this week and this month and this year and this lifetime, man. Favorite room in the house? What the hell? Oh, it's a QA sticker. No, I'm not doing the questions. No polls, no questions, anything. I don't know what the YouTube just popped up on my screen. Um, but yeah, thank you anyone who's watching this. Crazy ass economy. Wish I was born in the 80s. I was born in the 80s and still every time try to come up, something fucked up happened. So like, I saw the '08 crisis. So then that was my first real era trying to get a decent job was in '08, '09, which I ended up with something, I guess. I ended up in the city industry I'm still in. But hey, it pays the bills. And then, when I tried to get the house a few years ago, I just couldn't because it was so competitive. And that's when I first kind of came up. Now I make less than that, and the economy got worse than that. It's like, man, I ain't really had too many opportunities. You know what I mean? I've only lost my job like twice this entire time, but it was both inconvenient. Once in '08 and once like 2015. And so you can just take away the next 4 years, 5 years after that, as far as being able to buy a house. So it's just, I keep seeing the economy crash, man. Oh, what the hell is this? We got a gold trophy. Thank you, Gavin. Lily Root fights Power Rangers. As long as I'm the Green Ranger, those first few episodes when he was wrecking them boys. Shout out to Catman. Hey, Catman. Hey, Jose Mengele. Joseph Mengele, not of. It's my name is Vigilante Williamson. That's the name. It's a V. So yeah, I got you. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Good luck trying to. Yeah, this economy keeps crashing. This economy is not good. This economy is not good. I blame the Uniparty. I blame the government for a lot of things. I don't understand why people do the. Well, I do. I do. I understand psychology, but don't pick sides. Both sides of the government are evil enough, man. Carmen is brutal. Catman is brutal. Oh yeah. Hey TJ, aka Tom Jensen. One word, four letters. Yeet. What do you think about speaking of Yeet? A lot of people are happy to see Jay Uso get another title shot. What are your thoughts? You're a Jay Uso fan. What do you think about him getting another title shot at what was it? Is it next week or is it what did it happen this week? I'm out of I still follow wrestling, but I'm just not on the exact thing like I was even earlier in the year. It's just hard. It's been hard. So like I said, this whole week has been either work or me trying to do something with this fucking music. I can't wait getting back to just making music instead of all this. I just feel like I've been filling out applications for like 2 weeks. Whether it was copyright applications, ASCAP applications, Bandcamp, bank account. I'm just filling out applications, filling out my information, all this place. Now, I've gotten in fights before, Buck T. I'm from the government. I'm here to help. Yep, Jay Uso's Rikishi's son. He won the title earlier in the year. I was a fan. I still kind of am a fan of him. But then once he won the Royal Rumble, a lot of people got mad. Then he won the title. A lot of people got mad. Then he lost the title. And now he got a title shot, him versus CM Punk for the vacant belt. And a lot of people got mad that he got the title shot. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Lucy. And you're right, Tom. Just that's the scariest shit. I'm here for the government. I'm here for the government. I'm here to help is the worst thing you want to hear. The government's never here to help. The government's only here to fuck things up. Which title? No, he's going for the world title. Oh, SmackDown's in Salt Lake City and Sunday Night in Salt Lake City. CM Punk, yeah, he's been back for a few years. Question. He's been back since what 2002, 2022, 2023. I can't remember, like the past 2 or 3 years for sure. He's been back in, even though he's been also been injured part of it too, because he's like 46 or 47. Shit, there's a rumor Jericho might be coming back. I'm fine with it, but give it to a good storyline. Fair enough. Surprised Braun Breaker's not in the match. I would say that. You think he turned on Seth. You think he would be involved in the match, but it is what it is. Yeah, yeah, man. A question ain't what probably checking out wrestling. I know a lot of people probably checked out wrestling in a while because it means it's not been good in a while. You haven't, yeah. I mean, it may sound like you missed a lot because of some names have shifted, but you haven't missed great storylines. I guess John Cena's. This has been John Cena's last year, but that's been hit or miss, right? So I could rant about wrestling. I don't think everybody else wants to hear me. It's just fuck. But yeah, because it's just there's another. It's more corporate slop. Unfortunately, the corporals own it, and so they dilute it. To me, if you're following, there's a clear incentive. One of the big things you really don't see the superstars that much. You tell me one of the Usos became world heavyweight champion? Yes, Jay Uso was the world heavyweight champion this year, earlier this year. It has a chance to be again in a week. Yes. Well, that's why people were mad because a lot of people like you think is like, man, he's been a tag team guy forever. You know what I mean? World champion. But hey, Jeff Hardy was that type of guy for once. He was a tag team guy that. I mean, obviously, he was so popular that people wanted him to win the title. It was like deserved, but still, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know if this is against the rules on YouTube, but selective outrage. But yeah, man. But I haven't been keeping up. I mean, I obviously I've kept up more than like no one, but I was really keeping up with it. I've been off and on wrestling forever, but like the last time I started back was really the build to last WrestleMania. I really got into like the end of 2023 into the Royal Rumble, into the Rock and Cody, and then they did the two matches that WrestleMania, and I kept going basically to this Mania. After this Mania, I fell off. That's what happened. Packers did win against the Steelers. Been a victim of selective outrage and join the internet. That's the internet's way. It's selective outrage. You know what, Sacramento? I used to not be able to see shit in this mask. For the longest, I didn't wear it until I got a local tailor, a local seamstress, and I replaced the eyes because it used to be too tight for me to see. But yeah, clearly, man, I can. I'm reading you guys' comments on the phone. Hey, Ariel was taken. But shout out to the Packers. I'm a Lions fan, so I didn't really want to see the Packers win. Don't like Aaron Rodgers either, so I didn't really see him win. But I kind of think the Packers and Steelers are almost in the same boat. I mean, granted, obviously the Packers won, but they both like kind of feel like they're underachieving. Like when the Packers beat us the first game, I thought the Packers were going to be the best team in the league, and that didn't really happen. And the Steelers, that defense is trash now. Rey Mysterio mask. It's not a Rey Mysterio. Well, it's uh, my one homeboy did a logo, and I turned it into the mask. Like the main logo is the mask. So yeah, because our idea is to be an anonymous YouTuber slash anonymous musician, and whole idea is some of my favorite. Well, I got a lot of favorite new artists and shit, but like Daft Punk and MF Doom, which is why I just released a synth pop EP. It's on this channel. It'll be on Spotify in a month, and then I'm about to release a hip hop EP. Hopefully to get out by the end of the year. So I do music too. So it's just like a slightly homage to Daft Punk and MF Doom. Slightly just to keep my. I also have a regular fucking job that makes decent money, especially for this economy. It makes decent money. I'm happy to get it. It ain't enough to solve all my problems, but I need to keep the damn job. So we in this crazy day and age where shit you say on the internet could lose you your job. I'll just stay anonymous. So here I am in the mask. I'd say MF Doom. Oh, Scatterball. I was watching that game. was texting my brother too, and oh, his leg just his ankle just got torn. It was going his foot was going the other way. Just totally fucked up. Can't even leave comment. Woman post about 40 people tagging Huntress account. That's crazy. That's a crazy question. That's wild work. Shout out to Huntress. Shout out to Question. Shout out to Blue Beetle. Yeah, I was a huge MF Doom fan. Rest in peace to him. And actually, you know what? It's his anniversary of his death. Because even though they didn't announce it until New Year's, he died Halloween 2020. And I'm not even sure. Does anybody know what he died of? I'm assuming it was like heart. Your life is too short to worry about what others think. But I just need a job, so I gotta keep my job. And I like the gimmickry of it. I ain't even gonna lie. It's kind of cool to like, oh, I'll wear a mask. You know, this anonymous YouTube, which is something fun. It keeps it fun for me. Dan Ted deleted his IG. I see a lot of motherfuckers enjoying IG. A lot of shout out to Greg Saunders. I interacted with him, the other vigilante, the real vigilante, unlike that shit they had on Peacemaker, which I didn't appreciate. And no, vigilante, the character is not where I came up with the name. I just speaking of wrestling, I bumped into this shit. I thought of the name Vigilante Williamson kind of off Kenny Omega, just like his first name is Kenny, his last name is Omega. Omega is like the weirdness. So I was like, oh, I'll do the opposite. But Vigilante, even though people try to pronounce it Vigilante or some shit, like it's a real name. It's not my real name. Williamson's not my real last name. It's just like Corliss Williamson, who's a former player for the Pistons. And so I'd use his last name and just, Vigilante, anonymous, and there you go. I didn't even know what the mask was going to look like when I came up with the idea. Yeah, it was heart disease. Damn. Sick of the cowboy spam you? Damn. Damn, man. Instagram can get crazy. You got a lot of motion on Instagram too. You went to 4,000 subs pretty quick, and you be putting up some real shit, man. And people don't want to hear the real shit, man. I watched wrestling. See that spinning belt? That was like 2013. No, I only wear the mask when I stream, and I don't even do it all the time. Sometimes if I'm streaming a game, I'll just be without the mask, and I'll have like my logo in the corner of the screen and just show the game. So I don't stream, And then every video, a lot of it, most of my videos, I'm probably off camera and just a voiceover. So I don't do the mask all the time, but I'm starting to get, I'm starting to use it more. 2013. He started like 2007, 2008, but he kept it going for a minute. He kept it going too long for me. Was it 2013, 2012 when they finally had the flat? They reverted to like a flat version. Hey, happy dinosaur! Appreciate you being here. Bet, brother, JW brother. I keep 90% of my thoughts to myself about the people who are part of the DC community. Fair enough. Fair enough. I just hope Warner Brothers stops fucking up long term, man. And DC stops fucking up. There's too many cool properties to just keep throwing them away. Honestly, the thing I've always wondered too, you have this animation division that does movies, right? That animation division that did movies was built on a Blu-ray DVD model. There are still people who are buying Blu-ray. Hell, I just bought a Blu-ray of DC because I'm a fucking super fan like a month ago. So it's not like there's no one buying them. But that's obviously not the most lucrative model going, right? And you put a lot of these on streaming services as well. Why did you release any of them in theaters? You didn't release. There were some very good animation. If they would have released Justice League: New Frontiers or Batman, Superman, Public Enemies, or there was so many other good ones. What was it? The one where they went to two worlds, where they went into the other world, and he was dealing with Owlman, and they were all he was all nihilistic. James Wood was his voice. And Ultraman, the Justice Syndicate. I can't think of what that was called. The Crisis on Two Worlds. Jehovah. I just saw JW. I didn't know what that meant. And ironically enough, I was raised Jehovah's Witness. I am not. No. Those motherfuckers are evil. Those motherfuckers are evil. But I saw JW. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell that means. That's the only thing I think of. Is it Just Wondering? Maybe it's Just Wondering. My bad. Yeah, I was confused too, Ariel. I'm an old fart. I'm thinking I might use my heritage from your dad with dementia to resubscribe to Game Informer while still around him with game magazines. I'm sorry your dad's going has dementia, man. No, so I was like you a spicy Joe wouldn't. I just I mean I didn't know how crazy they were until years after I had stopped going. I just went as a kid, and then as an adult, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Which I didn't hate it, and I do believe in the Bible. I believe in Jesus. But then as an adult, and I recently went through since the pandemic, really, and I'm an old farm 38. I had went off and on till whew, I mean, seriously, probably the 2000s sometime. But then, mom would say, let's go to the memorial. So I went to a memorial as late as probably like 2019 with my mom, something like that. And, I just go. Because I just, didn't really have anything against them before them. And then since the pandemic, I've heard all this craziness about the Jehovah's Witnesses. And I am like, wow, I didn't realize it. And then just other people's stories that I didn't really deal with. And maybe because I wasn't so serious with it, and it was just I was a casual. But some people really went through it with their families, with their friend group. I mean, there's been some weird stuff, man. Some weird stuff with those groups. Like they poses you, okay, young man, photo shoot. Okay, I thank you for your condolences. Took care of him for years. He was suffering to a point where had to put him at home. Glazed eyes. I'm so sorry for that. Happy man. He been dead for a few months. Just don't like talking about. I'm sorry. Still, send the prayers your way, brother. Not truth in every religion. Not one. Um. I don't know. I'm not gonna tell nobody what to believe and what not to believe, right? Um, I believe in the Most High. I believe in a higher power. I don't. I pray. I, but I also have issues with the organized religions, man. I don't think I'll ever go into a church outside of a formal event of some sort, or any religious hall or building, because I just don't. There's especially in this country. This country corrupts so much, and when money becomes a part of it, it's not the same. So I'm not big on organized church and organized religion, but I do believe in the Bible. I do want to. I wish I had a better understanding of it. Um, I do wish I could sharpen my understanding of it. I do think there's some very good advice to leave a solid life. That's not to say that isn't in other books and other philosophies or whatever at all. There probably is, but there's some of the basic stuff. I keep thinking about the first commandment, and it says, "Take no other gods but me." If I got it right, and that we're in a world that is so polytheistic, and not from actual gods. People's gods could be anything from the hub to a plant that I just partook of myself, to alcohol, to a celebrity, to a politician. People are so quick to worship any and everything. And then once that thing betrays them inevitably because it isn't a God, they lash out at that thing. That's why we have so much hate watching and hate and anger and everything that the internet and just everything can bring. So you recognize that this is not just some. I think sometimes it's read as like this is arrogant. No, it's like listen, if humans don't have something to worship, they'll make something. They'll make a golden calf, and you realize how dangerous that is, man. So just ranting, just ranting. I believe nothing and nothing man created related. It's the God. I mean, I couldn't blame you for that. Nothing man say. Believe nothing man say too many religions. I can't blame you for that. Non-religious no guy start watching AEW because you got fever. Subscriptions more wrestling can't get enough. Really, you know AEW's coming to town. I've been meaning to try to watch AEW. What is the best way to watch AEW if you don't like? Because I would love to watch. You know, do they have a backlog, man? I would love to just try to catch up on what's going on because it seems like it's a lot better than it was a few months ago or a few years ago. And they're going to be in Houston, like not this week, but next week. I mean, man, that would be kind of cool to go. At the end of the day, it's about your relationship and God. Absolutely. And him only, not organization. That is the truth. And that is the reality. And that you got to have a relationship with God. And you don't have to pay to get to God. And you don't have to devote yourself to get to God either. And so, oh, does it have a backlog on HBO Max? So that's my thing. Like, it's hard for me to watch it live because I have you know, just my work schedule is weird. I work afternoons during the Wednesdays when they're on. I'm like work afternoon, so I don't get off until like 10:30 local time, and it's already done. And I don't have. I cut the cord so many years ago. I don't have a cable. So yeah. So thank you, Errol. You know, appreciate you being here. You just record on your DVR. Hey, Fizz, appreciate you being here. Just ranting and whatnot. What is? There's a number. What is this number? Sorry. Okay. I don't know. It's like a 500, like a score. I guess he's saying a score. Yeah, it's just cool conversation. But yeah, I've been wanting to watch the AEW ever since I saw. What was the night that they both had an event? I think it was a Saturday night main event and an AEW pay per view. And that pay per view was so lit. And I can't think of what it was. Was it All In or All Out? I don't know. It was someone during the summer. I want to say it was July. And it was such a lit pay per view. Ever since then, I've been like, man, I want to watch more AEW. But you know, and I've been critical of both programs. But I was like, man, they just had such good wrestling. Is Trish Stratus still wrestling? She did come back like a few years ago. She's not currently still wrestling. Like 3 or 4 years ago, she came back. At least in the Fast Five. At least since the pandemic, she's come back. I think once. So yeah, people be coming back. You'd be surprised. Shit, Jericho, Bobby Lashley, Shirakawa, and Luchasaurus. I see. I see. Am I correct? The Luchasaurus and what's in it and Jungle Boy got back together. Because yeah, I just like I said, I've tried to watch clips, but I really need to watch the whole show. I haven't really been a. I was a fucking diehard wrestling fan after 2010s, man. And the pandemic really killed my wrestling stuff. Not that I didn't keep up with it after. I mean, obviously I know some of it, but I was a diehard. I used to live in Charlotte. I used to go to PWX. I used to be a part of the fucking Charlotte wrestling meetup group, which is the only meetup group that I ever successfully dealt with. I mean, I was a huge. I was a wrestling mark. That's my baby, her Mysterio, Chain Gang, Cena, Lita, Boogeyman. Yeah, I remember Boogeyman, all those guys. I'm settled for Nikki Bella. Oh yeah, Nikki Bella is wrestling. She just came back, and AJ Lee technically just came back as well. So there are some older wrestlers who are just coming back. Speaking of Boogeyman, he was old when he did. I think he's older than what I am now. Since now I'm good. Yeah. Leica just released a sneak peek. Sneak peek. I don't think. What's Leica? Sorry for mispronouncing that. Our truth is underrated. You know, earlier in the year he had some cool stuff he did with John Cena or Leica. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, Fizz. Hey, Natalie Berea, appreciate you being here. Hi, as you said. Hi to you. we're just talking really about whatever. Oh, the studio behind Coraline. I see. That's what's up. We just talk about whatever. Wrestling, animation, anything. I didn't see that Braun Strowman had a Coraline and Paranorman. I'm in Paranorman. They don't do much though. That studio has had a ton of movies. Um, Still also enjoying Braun Strowman. He's fun. Or his spinoff show, everything on the menu is fun. I haven't seen that. I didn't know he had a spinoff show. I didn't know he was still doing anything. Wrestling, religion, and cheesesteaks. We hadn't talked about cheesesteaks, but we can. So right after SmackDown, I see. I didn't know that. They also did Kubo. Okay, so they've done a few things. So I'm not massively familiar. I mean, I'm familiar with two of those three properties. But I just wasn't like massively familiar. That's dope. That's dope. It's always dope. It's always just dope when creatives can even get their shit out, man. It's so hard to get something fucking released and get someone to know about it. I've realized how difficult it is to just. I have a greater respect for anything that gets released creatively and other humans know about it. If you can release something, get 10,000 people to know that it exists, you have accomplished a goal. You talking about Rhea Ripley, Ariel? You said nickname Mommy? Yeah, because she had the thing with Dominic Mysterio. Well, I wonder what they're gonna do with him long term. They should put a belt on him. Yeah, just releasing this EP and then releasing more music. What is this? This is Vigilante Williamson in my morning show. Get lost. I think is it Get 7K lost? Get lost. Dominic is hilarious. Yeah, I think Dominic. Like I said, I think they should make him a world title, a world champ. Rey Mysterio. We were just talking about Dominic Mysterio, not Rey Mysterio. No, not Rey Mysterio. It's Vigilante Williamson. It's Vigilante Williamson, anonymous YouTuber and musician. Let's see. Dispatch, the first two episodes came out. People liked it. You're not personally interested. I see. Said the same thing. Yeah, everyone thinks Rey Mysterio or Bane. It was a T-Boo Bane. Somebody said because of this, it looks kind of like the Scorpion. Like not Scorpion, the Scorpion from Spider Man. Had to leave for a few seconds, get your mouth back in the car. No worries. No worries. Hope everything's cool with Mama Dinosaur and everything. But yeah, I'm just an anonymous YouTuber. Timu Bane. Somebody said that earlier. I said it's Noah Sheen. It's Sheen Bane. Amazon Bane at least. Come on. A lot of people say Bane because of the color scheme. But I didn't actually pick this color scheme. I mean, I guess I did of the what was available, but wouldn't have minded do gray and red. I don't mind it. I like it. I wish I was in Bane shade. I'd rather than say Bane than fucking EDP. It's like, golly, I know I'm fat, but I guess it could be worse. It could say Dave Blunts, right? He's bigger, but EDP's big as hell. He's like a perv, so that fucking sucks. Timu Bay. Still curious. Triple A wrestling? I haven't really watched a lot of it recently. I haven't watched a lot of. So, like I said, I used to be a diehard wrestling mark. I did watch a lot of Japanese wrestling. I watched New Japan. I even watched Noah. I watched indie wrestling anywhere on earth, and I would watch some lucha, right? But I have not, and especially Lucha Underground. And I believe they were the ones connected to AAA, so I watched a little bit. Like I saw Tejano and some of those guys, but I got out of it. I got out of watching, especially non-mainstream wrestling. I barely got enough time for mainstream wrestling. I kind of wish I could get back into it. Its PLEs are free on YouTube. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Dispatches that superhero game. Oh, I do remember that by the Telltale guys. Okay, I played the trailer to that too. Thank you, Fizz. I was like, what is that? Okay, that clicks together. Feels like Invincible, where we're following a a group of five mouth douchebag heroes. I am sick. Like, listen, man, I'm sick of the literally us characters, or literally me characters. I don't want. I want characters that are good and greatly written. I don't need this fake post Joss Whedon fake relatability. One, because these characters usually aren't relatable. Still, they're just these weird assholes. Snarky asshole, and who can come up with the most one liner based heroes and comedy and storytelling. Okay, man, like this is stupid. Life is not you at the bar with your friends, man. There's more to it than that, and trying to bring that humor in every element to life is fucking obnoxious, man. It is tomorrow already. That's why I said morning question mark show. This match is hard. Is it a hard game? See, people say EDP, I gotta lose this weight. I'm taking it as motivation. I'm gonna go to the gym right after this shit. I'm going to the gym after this shit now. Y'all keep going with the EDP. I got to. I got to do it because it's killing me. It kills. It kills me dead, man. To have this much weight. It's personal. I don't like having all this weight. I got to just. I got to lock in with the diet. I could get to the gym. Sometimes I don't, but if I can lock in with the diet, I'd be okay. Still speaking of Bane and Jeff Parker's Batman 66 comic introduces Bane into the Adam West Batman continuity as a ward lord who's a luchador on the side. Yeah, he was Bane's obviously a character from the 90s, early 90s. And to put him, I didn't know they put him in the 66 continuity. I heard of Batman 66, but I didn't know they did that. That's pretty cool to put some of these other characters. Speaking of Batman 66, I got Mr. Freeze from 66 from the world. Amongst other characters. Hopefully you got to. Did you see him? Um, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Telltale's goofy asses did the employees dirty. You want to work for them when they're young? Yeah, they were huge. They were huge. They were the biggest thing in gaming for the longest time. I come over there. I'm actually while seeing Shrek. Love Shrek is life. What? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Invincible either. I'm not a big fan of Invincible or the boys. I don't like this stuff. You know, parody has to exist, but it's taken away from a lot of the original characters. It's taken away from the whole reason superhero lore is cool in the first place. Now, obviously, superhero lore is feeling pretty overplayed and overblown in these modern era where just so much of it. Says the guy who fucking made his YouTube based on it, right in the fucking mask. But it's like the whole point of it was to try to being a good person and trying to be a good person despite how hard it can be. That's really what superheroes are supposed to do. Just help try. And yes, there's different degrees. You got anti-heroes and all that. You have complex stories. But if you just break it down to beat the simplest is showing that doing the right thing is doing the right thing. That's the whole point of superheroes. And they don't have to be snarky asses. Because none of them are even heroes. It's just superpowered beings. And I think a lot of writers, a lot of creatives who are in that space, that high end storytelling space, who have the access to a lot of these superhero characters, they forget that. They forget what it's really about. And they just get too caught up in trying to subvert expectations and or put their own stamp on things. It ruins a lot. Ruins a lot. That Walking Dead season one, I think people forget how much that game and that TV show kind of fed off of each other in that Telltale era. It's cool. I recommend the Batman 66 comic. Cool. It's pure Silver Age fun. It's like the Kevin Smith film. Kevin Smith is so trash. I haven't played a single Telltale game. Started playing The Wolf Among Us. Arrow says, "Don't do it, Fizz. All there is heartbreak." I see. Kunta Kinte or Toby. I would say Kunta Kinte. You know, but Roots allegedly wasn't even real. I think Roots may have been made up. It was supposed to be based upon Alex Haley's lineage, but apparently it was a lot of extra hot sauce thrown on it. But don't listen to me. Do your research and figure it out. Don't just listen to some asshole on the internet. It was based, if I remember correctly, it was based on, because I don't, I could be wrong. But I believe it was based on Alex Haley's lineage into slavery. Um, because Garth Ennis doesn't like superheroines. All of the heroes and the boys are just supervillains for normies to kill. I liked it up until the most recent season. I see. Big Captain America fan. He's my favorite from Marvel. What's yours? Probably, it's easy to just go say Spider Man. Um, I was a big X Men fan. Marvel, there's a lot of cool characters in Marvel. I like Captain America. I mean, obviously Iron Man. I got a few, back to the action figures. I have tons more than these. There's Daredevil, Cap, Iron Man. And there's Cyclops, Hobgoblin. Oops, sorry, price on jump. So yeah, I like a lot of them. I like Juggernaut. Just as I like some Colossus and fucking Hulk. Just like the aesthetics of some of those characters, huge, crazy, big characters. There's a lot of cool characters. So I couldn't even think of one. I guess Spider Man I would pick. Traditionally that's my favorite. But there's a lot of. I really was into I really wanted like a Juggernaut tattoo at one point when I was younger. And when some of this wasn't fat and some of this was muscle. You know, back in the 2010s when I was younger, I wanted a Juggernaut tattoo. Storm, I love Storm too. I love a lot of X Men characters. Um, I like a lot of other. Okay, I like Doctor Doom. I like the Fantastic Four, Thing, Human Torch, Silver Surfer. I mean, I just love. Marvel has a ton of cool characters, just like DC has a ton of cool characters. I love a lot of DC characters. Question was here. Love Question, Blue Beetle, obviously Batman, Superman, Flash, different Green Lanterns, Wonder Woman, Reverse Flash as far as villains, and they got tons of villains. Vandal Savage, Dark Side. There's tons of cool characters. That's why I'm still a fan. No, I didn't. I couldn't either. I saw an Invincible like the first few episodes, and then I saw when they had like the Adam Eve special. Um, and honestly, the first season would be the best one to do because of the animation fall off. After the Adam Eve special, seasons. I've seen various clips of various episodes, but didn't coherently put it all together. And it's like the animation is pretty decent in season one, and then it kind of falls off a cliff. And then the stories, it's not like, And then what also didn't help is I ended up just doom scrolling my way to to a lot of the lore outside of the show and what happens in the comics. And so I was just like, it told me what was going to happen. And then a lot of it I didn't like. So I was like, I don't really want to watch the show. Yeah, but a lot of people just liked it because it was so brutal. And, I get that, seeing that kind of brutality, that adult animation, people getting their heads smashed in. Cool enough, but I need a little bit more. And just a bunch of obnoxious characters. And the I think post Breaking Bad, we forgot how to write protagonists. Breaking Bad, you're not fucking Vince Gilliam. I think that's his name. You're not him, guy. You're not that guy, pal. You know what I'm saying? Um, and so everybody has a protagonist that's not a real protagonist. Not that Mark necessarily is. I guess in certain universes he is, but he's actually a good-hearted character. But that still is a thing, right? That dare I say, unlikable protagonist. Um, it can only work. It can't work in every storytelling. in every story. I would say the boys is definitely more that unlikable protagonist. Rather you think Homelander or Butcher is the main character, or both. They both are unlikable. I guess Mark's not technically that, but Omni Man definitely is. Even though he's not totally irredeemable, it's just I want my heroes and my villains to just be heroes and villains. We've done the gray area stuff, and there's cool for show Mr. Free. Some characters should have some gray area to them. There's nothing wrong with that, but there's also nothing wrong with a little bit of straightforward. That's where even though I was critical of this new Superman, the one thing he got right is Superman's a good guy, and he's a good guy because you're supposed to be a good guy, and there's nothing wrong with that. And Lex is just a bad guy because he's bad. There's nothing wrong with that. There's anything they got right, it was that. Sometimes motherfuckers are just assholes. Sometimes people are just good, and it's okay to be those things. And this gray area shit where everyone's redeemable, but they're not. It's just like that's something I think. Just show some good guys and some bad guys that are actually good guys and bad guys. What makes Mark Grayson an interesting character? Who knows? Speaking of brutality, I hate the Snyderverse. Terrible adaptations. I've been to funerals more uplifting than the BVS. Yeah, and a lot of people want him to come back because there's so many, as they say, tourists where these people don't really have a scope for DC as a brand, and so they all they know is the Snyderverse or the recent James Gunn stuff, and they don't realize these are just the movies. It's not including the comics and all the animation and everything. And B this brand is almost 100 years old. These some of these characters, Superman and Batman, will be public domain in less than 20 years. You know what I mean? And I remember 20 years ago, I was graduating high school, so it's um, there's a lot of people who aren't really knowledgeable on the lore, but they still consider themselves fans of it, and they're impacting things. So I love James Gunn's Superman movie. Blatantly optimistic, hero, slightly corny. Everything I wanted in a superhero movie. Zack Snyder quizzes fans' face. They still praise him. So I don't like James Gunn. I did not like his Peacemaker at all. I thought that was almost Zack Snyder esque, where it was like, "What are you doing? This is not what people want." Where it's just too instead of it was too radical and snarky and sexy Nazis and it was just too trying to shock humor. It was instead of being um, where what you call it is kind of bro violence that Zack Snyder provides. It was like this shocking, snarky humor, and it's just like I don't want to see this. I really did not like that Peacemaker. Um, Superman, I didn't like a lot. I liked that. I liked the optimistic tone. I liked the tone. I did not like. I like the spirit, maybe I should say. I like the editing at all. First, the editing was terrible. A lot of presentation. I didn't like how the kids were treated. I didn't like how his other parents were treated either. And then they tried to retcon that maybe that he wasn't here to take over the world. I didn't like that at all. Which I'm sick of that. They did that in Batman. They did that in Joker, where all the parents are evil now. Fuck that. That's not the point of these comics. Fucking asshole. So there was things I didn't like about the Superman, but I think it's very one thing he got right, and the one thing if he didn't do Peacemaker, I would have left James Gunn alone. I'd have said, you know what, may not have liked the Superman, but he got the optimism shit right. I think he got the right guy to play Superman. As much as Henry Cavill looks like Superman, this guy has that spirit. Sometimes he was a bit childish, but there's that desperate need to help people because it's the right thing to do and because he wants to be the, the best example for people that he possibly can that want to be a good person to be a good person. David Corn Sweat is the right guy for that. I feel like I don't know. There was some stuff, and I get how some people like the twist with what's her name showing all the clues in the background. And there's it's spoiler alert for Superman. If you haven't seen it, came out in July, so apologies. I'm not gonna hate you for liking it. I understand why you like it, but there was certain James Gunnish, Guardians ish. You know, I wasn't a big fan of what you call it either. He's okay, but what's the guy, the bowl cut, Guy Gardner, the Justice Gang shit, and Hawk Girl almost didn't even need to be in there. I guess Mr. Terrific, he had some funny part, but it's still a bit too jokey. That's nothing. I'm not a big fan of that jokey tone. No, I guess I do get you're trying. I get what he was doing. That is what he does. That is what people expect from him too. People go to James Gunn movies. They expect to see a lot of jokes. Some of them land, some of them don't. I don't know. I don't know. If Dave Cornsweet though, I will I'll give him his credit. I watched how many episodes of The Boys? I know for sure the first episodes, the first two or three, and then different clips. I didn't like The Boys, but I did get through at least two episodes. I want to say, and it's just like this isn't for me. That was pretty violent. It just was just weird. It's just Homelander jerking off over the world. It's just like, what is this shit? Man? Even the first, spoilers for the first episode, Huey's girlfriend just gets, fucking whatever it was, A train, whatever runs into her, and blood and teeth and everything everywhere. And it's just, I don't know. It's just not my thing. I'm not Garth Ennis, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's not my thing. Honey, that finding honey that even now Marvel be like general audiences. We are sick of it going to the MCU continuity. The studio say keep going. I don't know. I don't know what general audiences want right now. I don't think we want movies. I don't think. I think life has gotten too real for certain entertainment. Now, movies used to be a fairly cheap form of entertainment, and I think they would do better if they felt a little cheaper. But it's just, but you can go. I mean, you can go see a movie for $20, right? That's not the end of the world, but it just maybe that ends up $40 if it's two people, 50, and if one person pay, you're like, I don't really want to go. So it's like that's a problem, and I don't know how you overcome that in this economy because you got to make enough money to stay open. And as a result, we just don't have good movies coming out. Like if the movie, it's like a chicken or egg situation. Are people not going to the theaters because they're not good movies, or are they good movies, but we're just in an era where people don't go to the theaters as much? I think it's a combination of both, right? Um, but I think there's a distrust in Hollywood's quality, and there's a distrust. You know what? When they say a movie's good, is it really? Um, I liked Sinners earlier in the year. I liked F1 earlier in the year. You said Weapons was good. There have been good movies. Um, a lot of people think this was it one battle after another is good. Even though I've heard mixed results, a lot of people think Tron Ares is bad. Even though I've heard mixed results, that some people like it. Um, Jurassic World didn't seem like it was much to ride home. I didn't get to check that one out. Um, you know, I, what movies this year have been really worth going to see? Maybe a Superman or Minecraft was obviously a huge movie, um, but you just don't get that 5 to 10 to 15 good movies a year. You might get one big major movie, a Minecraft, a Barbie slash Oppenheimer that one year, and that's about it. I guess No Way Home when that came out, as far as the superhero thing, but I think the superhero stuff is getting dry. I mean, but Superman made 600 million, which is nothing to sneeze at. Fantastic Four made 500 million, which is still nothing to sneeze at. But they put so much more in the marketing and the budgets of these things, and DVD sales again is not a big thing, so they're not really as successful. They got to get back to making movies under $50 million that 300, $400 million worth of people want to see. They did that in the 90s. Now, not to those numbers, but you adjust for inflation. Used to go whether it was like Point Break or fucking Face Off, Con Air, The Rock, or just some random ass movie in the 90s. Last Boy Scout, um, Last Action Hero. There's just always some movie in the middle of the 90s that was worth going to see. It just really isn't anymore. Jurassic Park, Men in Black, just was something. And that era of there's always some interesting movie, even the Fast and the Furious movies, which basically became MCU. There's nothing to come out. There's nothing coming out that really gets people excited to go to the movies and see that experience anymore. And I don't know how you put that toothpaste back in the tube. I'm not Campy and Half Doom. I've been on this platform for 5 years, motherfucker. 5 years. I've had this mask for three of them. 3 years, motherfucker. Shout out to Ham Doom. I'm a fan of MF Doom too. I'm a fan of MF Doom too, but nobody. I've been here 5 motherfucking years. I've been here a while, Nuevo. I find, oh yeah. And sorry if I messed up the name, Joella Akula. 6 divided by 2. So I was told PEMDAS, right? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally with me parentheses first. So it will be 3, it would be 2 to the third, or 2, not 2 to the third, 2 or 3 in the parentheses. Now the next thing is the biggest question is, do you go 6 to do you go 2 times 3, is that including the parentheses? And then that means 6, that means the answer is 1, or do you do 6 divided by 2 and then solve for the parentheses? I think I do what you do with the first thing I said. So I'm gonna go with 1. I haven't been in math class in 20 years, though, brother. So I'm gonna go with the answer is 1. So I've been here 5 years. Yep, you can drink at home, eat super cheap at home, home theater. That's streaming killed the radio star, man. You can stream it in 2 months, and like you said, just have a drink and get something to eat and bring somebody over. I did not see him. I I heard that wasn't quite what people want. Weapons was successful. I didn't see it. I did kind of want to check it out, and then who knows? I may check out this and him. One of these days. I got more time. $40 for 2 people. Your time's $9.50 a person. Usually 20 for popcorn and drink. With you, I see. I see. Hey, Dad, man, appreciate you being here. Yeah, I do know that some of this anime been successful. What is it? Trump wants to put tariffs on foreign film. Well, he stopped with these fucking tariffs. It was pretty good. Yeah. See, I heard. Well, I know it's supposed to be not about football. It's supposed to be about the dark world. Which, hey, we see it in reality with all this gambling, all this shit. It's a dark world, man. And we know, it's an interesting take to a movie. I think about sacrifices and shit like that. A lot of conspiracy theories being put into a film. So I did want to see him. I heard some reviews that didn't like it, but that doesn't really mean anything. You never know somebody's taste. Chainsaw Man came out and everyone likes it. Fair enough. A lot of college football with new coaches being fired. I haven't been paying attention to college at all. I ain't gonna lie, to that man. I've been paying attention to the pros though. I kind of stopped making content on the pros because nobody cares when I'm the content I make. I still am like a diehard fan of the pros. Um, Only thing I know is that Arch Manning has been kind of a bust. A lot of people thought he would be the number one pick next year. Now it doesn't look like that's going to even going to come out of the draft. Uh, There's a lot of coaches being fired. It's a lot of pressure in this modern NIL college football landscape, and everybody's trying to make that playoffs, and it's just nuts. and it basically, if you don't make the playoffs, it doesn't matter. And so much is like about recruiting and not just recruiting kids out of high school, but recruiting kids out of colleges. It's just become to me it's a little bit too hard to follow. Chainsaw Man is an anime high school guy who merges with a chainsaw demon. I've heard of Chainsaw Man. I've never watched it because I'm not as big into anime. But that's dope that I saw that. I guess Deep was a Demon Hunter. And then it was like some K-pop group before that. It's good to see there's some stuff that's going to the theaters and putting some money up. NAL transfer portal has changed college football for sure. Uh, just gonna say this one last time. Remember, 2009 to 2011, some of the movies felt like Xbox 360 games, but many just a celebrity nagging you. You see something like that earlier? Oh, you remember movies felt like 360 games, like Terminator Salvation, Battle LA. I like Terminator Salvation. That was okay. Is that the one with what's the name? Batman. I'm about to call him Patrick Bateman. Christian Bale, where he was actually John Connor in the future. I'm outside in the cold, waiting for your bus right now at 6:55 a.m. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you spending your pre-bus ride with us. Thank you for being here. Oh, the water. Hold Yeah, see, drinking on vapors. Oh well, I'm just gonna thug it out for the next half hour or so. Yeah, appreciate CR74710. Not sure they're supposed to spell something in the word. I don't know, but appreciate you being here. Thank you for coming. Welcome, yeah, welcome to our clubhouse, or whatever the hell this is. We just talk shit. There's no, you subbed. Oh man, it's dope. Appreciate the subs. Like I said, roll to 2K. We made 1K. You know, I would love to get to 2K by the end of the year, man. If we can get to 2K, that's crazy. People, so I'm not still at Ham Doom. I've been here for like five. I've been 5 years now. I did just start doing these phone streams. I didn't realize YouTube will not show my material to anybody new. None of these platforms. I don't know how anyone gets growth. Shout out to anyone who does, but it's so hard for me to get people to watch my new content. But the only thing YouTube will push is if I stream from my phone. No matter what, if I stream from my phone, YouTube will actually let other motherfuckers see it. So I just started doing that the past couple months. MF Doom. Recommend you a few for later. I would recommend the two albums I would recommend are MF. Was it Food and Mad Villainy, all caps. Uh, Obviously, that's kind of the biggest song, or I guess the Food intro. What's that called? Oh, Jesus. Because a lot of the titles can be Hoe Cakes, Hoe Cakes, um, all caps, Operation Doomsday, um, which there's a song, there's an album to that too, but Jesus, I'm trying to think off rip. What's the shit? I know the songs, but a lot of titles. You really alone right now, Barry Cherry T? I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Platform stuff for small channels. Take care. All right, peace. Thanks for being here, Dad, man. Um, Let me see. I got my iPad. I'll probably be able to better recommend if I had the damn titles in front of me. So shout out to the iPad. Yeah, MF Doom, he's a cool rapper, real laid back. Do I want to be your friend? I guess. Appreciate you being here, man. Hope you're okay, man. So I have a convenience store down the street for you. Girlfriend are banned from there. Oh, because you stole. She had the shit sticking out of her pocket. First store I'm banned. Well, shit, you picked the wrong time because this EBT crisis is coming, and you don't want to be banned from places. But good luck. I don't know if I ever got banned from places when I was a kid, man. So I'm trying. trying to look up. MF Doom discography, so I can better name the songs. Most Terminator sequels. Copy and paste T2. Yeah. Even though I didn't mind three. Beef rap. That's the damn intro. So beef rap. I'm about to just name songs off of Food, which is one of my favorite albums. One beer, yeah. Okay, one beer, beef rap, whole cakes. That's Food gonna take now. I guess we got to move from Spotify. No, I don't want to FaceTime. No, I don't. I'm already FaceTiming you now, right? I don't know who you are, and that sounds dangerous, brother or sister. One beer. Let's see what's on. We get some cookies, con queso, rap snitch, canisius. Matt Villainy. Because like some of the titles just escape me at the moment. Sorry. But just I would say just Google MF Doom and whatever you come up is gonna at least be decent. Raid, Illest Villains, Accordion. Well, Illest Villains is an intro. Accordion, Raid, America's Most Blunt I like, but everybody might not. Money Folder is dope. Fancy Clown, all caps, Rhinestone Cowboy. There's other songs, but just to if I had to recommend. Now, it's a lot of it is rap with no hook, or a very simple hook or a refrain, if that. But it's just you gotta listen to his wordplay, and then the beats is usually pretty chilled out. Hell, my project that's coming up is gonna probably be a little more similar to that. Man, I hope you okay, Barry Cherry T. It's 29 degrees right now. I'm so cold. Oh, I don't miss it. I'm from Michigan. I'm in Texas now. So I'm enjoying the not being freezing cold of the Midwest, man. The Midwest gets so cold. But yeah, Barry Cherry T. I hope you're okay, man. You know, blessings for you. I wish you the best. I don't know what you're going through. I know sometimes when you're going through something tough, sometimes you can't even put anything in words. So I hope you do find somebody. You know, I'm not about to just drop everything and what you call it, FaceTime. I don't do FaceTime people in real life. I don't do a lot of FaceTime. I don't have an Apple phone, but I do got the iPad. But I've never been somebody who did a lot of FaceTime. Kind of overrated. Kind of like a moral technique. No, you don't like moral technique or MF Doom. I will say this. You know, well, I like MF Doom's catalog. Um, but in a day and era where people drop so much more music, some older artists' catalog be looking thin comparatively because you got, you know, if you like a fan of Currency, he's dropped like what 50, 60 albums and mixtapes and shit, like you know what I mean? Or NBA YoungBoy has like 30 albums. You know what I'm saying? You got people who drop it every 3 months, and you forget there's times when people were dropping every 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, I'm a fan of both. I don't think he overrated. Shout out to Hamp Doom, who apparently is also an MF Doom fan, and now people think I'm copying him. There's a few people who wear masks. And then now it's Halloween, so a lot of people doing it. Not the faces, like our neck. Mhm. But yeah, but I mean, I'm a fan. I mean, he's inspired a lot of like hookless rap, you know, sample obscure stuff and obscure loops. Him and Mad Lib, and obviously Project Mad Villainy inspired a lot of one producer, one MC projects. If you check out Pack of the Plug, he's always putting up some music that kind of fits that post MF Doom vibe. I guess that's the big gimmick. You got to get posted by the right people for people to hear your music. It's so hard to get your music heard now, man. I hope I can get my music heard. That's all I hope, man. I guess the shorts are doing okay. If you follow me, you may get the same song spam, but you know those shorts. Well, to me, they're doing okay. They get close to 1,000 most of the time I post them. So from 500 to 1,000. Not everyone does, but most of them do. And so it's like that means over 1,000 people have heard at least a snippet of my songs. So that's cool. Um, I don't think you copy him. Lots of singers wear masks. Daft Punk. That's true. Yeah, YouTube is inconsistent. Even as a fan, I mean, it's hard for me to find stuff to watch half the damn time. That's why I end up watching so much fancy football, amongst other stuff, because it's that's why it's kind of got me more into football just because it's the only thing I can find consistent. And YouTube has a scattered fan base. I realize. I just talk about fantasy football. There's some people who want timestamps because they want to just know the information they want to know in league. Then there's other people like me, and then sometimes they're in the comments like, man, I want to hear the whole analysis. Plus, I want a 20-minute video. We have two different things going on. Give me, if I could get a 30-minute video, 40-minute video, and it's interesting, give me that 100 times out of 100. Where some people just want 2-minute video, 4-minute video, shorts, and simple. And I get that and I respect that. And for certain things, that's what you want, right? But if I can get something I could just listen to based on almost semi podcast, 20, 30 minutes, I'm happy. And I think YouTube is doesn't know how to cater to both parties. There's people who still like the traditional YouTube video, and there's people who want a shorter, quicker video, and they're struggling catering to both. MLB, oh, I didn't see that. I don't know what is going on, Barry Charity, but I'm gonna tell you, baby goo, you might get got if you keep going, brother or sister. I didn't see that MLB pay homage to Marvel vs. Capcom. 30 seconds to an hour and a half. Yeah, sometimes you do just want the short video, like it's only 30 seconds. That's why if I'm watching shorts, all I want is shorts. But if I'm watching videos, I want to see videos. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. You know. Huh. Sorry about that. Shout out Baby Franco. Pink Paper 3 dudes, the most underrated artists are. So I've never heard of them. But like I said, it's so hard to get noticed nowadays. Google machine. Never heard of them. Baby Franco. I forgot to upload my shit to SoundCloud. I just realized this as I look up this guy. I forgot all about it. I'll check it out later. Thanks for that, man. Um, New 420. I don't know the Wavo. Thank you. I just realized I forgot to upload my shit to SoundCloud. I only got one song on there. Seriously, sometimes I want to rewatch a funny retro video game commercial or a group of 40-year-olds rants about dog crap movies for an hour. Yeah, sometimes you do want something short and sweet, and sometimes you want something that's long. And I think with me, I just be wanting stuff like while I'm working, like just so I can put on and keep on for a decent amount, so it can kind of distract me into working. You know what I'm saying? That's what I be wanting. That's what I be wanting. Yeah, yeah, dice. I want both. I do too. They got to figure out how to cater to both groups because it is what it is. But you know what, guys? It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here at about an hour. I don't know if this platform will reward me for streaming longer. I don't know if streaming longer is the move or what. So maybe I'm fucking it up. I'm gonna keep these around an hour, but it's about as much energy as I got. Have a very happy day. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to get to the gym because people keep calling me EDP, and I can't let that slide. So I'm going to head to the gym. I appreciate all you for watching this live or on the playback. If I let this stay up, we will see. So if you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do that. Even if you do none of these things, thanks for watching. Thank you for your time. Good night. God bless. I'll talk to you guys later. Probably will stream a little later. Peace.